watercolors on wood? Sounds crazy, right? Let's see how Daniel Smith watercolor ground and gambling cold wax hold up. Wood is very different from watercolor paper, but I used this watercolor ground from Daniel Smith before painting. I got this small cut wood from an online local store here in the Philippines, and this wood was sanded. So what I need to do is just paint on them. I cleaned them before I applied the watercolor ground. Watercolor ground is used to apply on a non-watercolor surface like wood, glass, metal, ceramic, plastic, canvas, or stone. And yes, you can use this watercolor ground on different surfaces, but I'm not sure if this watercolor ground is also suitable on a faux leather fabric. I prepared two for two types of painting, a realistic rose and a landscape. After applying 2 to 3 layers of watercolor ground, I let it dry for 24 hours and then started painting on them. I'm working on the second layer now, and so far this is how it looks like. There you go. If you can see, there are some white here. Those are the ground. Somehow it's a little bit distracting, but it's fine. The wood texture, as of now, when I paint, the texture looks like a paper. So that's what it feels. Okay, so I will continue working on this, and I'll show you later how it looks like, and once it's finished. There, I added antique gold on some of the areas, and I think this is it. I will just let it fully dry and I will paint on the other one. It's been a while since I painted the landscape, so this is what I practice, and this is what I'm going to paint on this, just to try how it will look like and how does it feel when I paint loose on this wood. So I will try this. I will paint this with loose landscape like this. The watercolor ground I purchased was transparent, so when it dried, I can't barely see the ground until I painted on it. It looks like adding saturated color on top is better than just light consistency like I did on the landscape. Covering the wood is somehow difficult. You may use white watercolor ground instead. If you find this video helpful, kindly tap the like button. If you want to see videos like this, subscribe and make sure you have the bell notification on so you'll be notified if I upload a new video. Alright, my paintings are fully dry. So the next thing that I will do to finish this project would be I will be covering this with gambling cold wax. This is not a sponsored video, but I like using this to cover my watercolor paintings if I'm not going to frame them. So if you're going to frame your paintings, then you don't have to use this, because the glass is already enough coverage to cover your paintings. But if not, if you are going to paint on wood or something else, or if that will be like a Christmas card and you would like to protect your painting from getting wet or whatever, you could use cold wax. This is gambling cold wax. There you go. So this is how it looks like. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some tissue paper and roll it. I'm going to apply, get a little amount here, and then I'm going to spread it on my painting. I just damp. Okay, I'm almost done applying the cold wax here, and you would know if your cold wax has been covered your painting if you tilt your painting and it's shiny there. If it's not shiny, it means that there's no wax yet. So you can see the difference. So I will tilt it so we can see the shine here on the left and no shine on the right side on the landscape. So here, make sure that everything has been covered. And you would see also if there are some parts like this, there is no cover here. I will just add a little bit more. You could use also cloth, like microfiber cloth. You could use that as well. You could spread to make sure. I damped earlier, but then I spread it because if I just damp the cold wax, it will leave some thick wax somewhere. So I spread. You could also use cloth, but I prefer using tissue for this. Okay, it's fully shiny. There you go. So this is done, and I will add here as well. So you can see if I damp it, it will leave some old wax like that, and we don't want that, and also tissue. Alright, so what I do is I spread it. You can spread it out. Okay. There, I'll try to use the cloth that I have here. This is the one that I use for painting. Okay. And let's use this so you can see the difference using tissue and using cloth. Okay, there. So earlier you would see some paper particles falling out, but now you can't see anything. But make sure to apply evenly. Okay. It seems like I'm not getting enough. I'll get a little bit more. There. You can see it. And there. I'll apply. So I'm following the direction of the wood. There we go. This is actually the coaster that I am using whenever I'm painting. So I'd like to add painting here. Alright, there. So I will tilt and see to make sure that everything has been covered. Okay, yes. There you go. And our project is done. You could also try painting on your own and then use the project to give away, maybe for a gift. You could use that too. Also, you could put like something to hang this wood so that you could put this on the wall, or you can have a stand for this project. I hope that you learned something today with this tutorial. I suggest watching this next video to help you with your watercolor journey.